Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is when you hear this message, I pray that your mind, your heart, and your spirit are all poised to receive, to accept, and to respond to words of wisdom. Ashe. Every day, Orisa lifestyle is growing. I'm getting more and more messages and inquiries from people who are relatively new to this tradition. And even people who have been around for a while can identify with the lesson I want to share with you today, which is that we're all coming from someplace, right? Everybody's coming from somewhere. If you're new to the tradition, you're coming from somewhere. And most times when people come into the tradition, they are naturally looking for all the things that they weren't getting in their previous religious experience. So people who are coming out of the church, for example, they want Orisa to be all of the things that they were missing in the church, right? And so that could look like things like they want Ifa to manifest in real time. They want to see their prayers answered. They want for Orisa to support their identity and even provide them with, an identity. People really, on a fundamental level, need to know, who am I and why am I here? What's my purpose? What's my destiny? What am I supposed to do with my life? People want the solutions to their problems. They want their relationship problems resolved. They want to be able to attract a certain kind of a man, or they want to be able to attract a certain kind of a woman. They want to be able to earn, more money. They want to be able to start businesses or buy homes, right? They're all the things that make life better and more comfortable that people seek through Orisa lifestyle, which makes sense. Okay, and Orisa does offer those kinds of experiences and outcomes for people. So by my estimation, that's a reasonable set of expectations or aspirations, right? Here's the problem. The problem is, you know what you want, but you don't necessarily know what that means. Okay? And so let me give you an example. If you, for example, you want to be a straight A student, that means you need to study. In addition to going to school, in addition to completing your assignments, it means you need to study, right? Why do you need to study? Because you can't get even 1B. If you want to be a 4.0 student, it means that you cannot even get 1B. So studying is naturally the way you're going to do that. In addition, it means that you're going to have to communicate with your professors or your teachers. It means that you're going to have to address any kind of a discrepancy. Maybe your schedule won't allow you to be present for a certain test, or maybe there was a mistake in the grading of a paper that you wrote. Something. You've got to be willing to meet any of the circumstances that might crop up throughout a grading period that would compromise you having a 4.0. You got to be willing to do that. And then you got to actually do it successfully in order to make sure that in all of your courses, you have an A. Okay. That's what that means. If you're going to have a 4.0 GPA, it means all those things and more. Okay. Because implicitly, if you have to study and you got to do all these things, it means you got to prioritize school. It means you've got to create a schedule that supports certain lifestyle habits. You might have a course that is more difficult than others. It means you got a lot more time, right? It means a lot of different things. If you set that one goal, I'm going to have a 4.0. It means many, many different things. So likewise, if you say you want to attract a certain kind of a spouse, or you want to, run your own business. Okay, each of those desires means something. It means that you need to behave in a certain way. It means you need to have a certain kind of a work ethic. It means that you need to structure your life in a particular kind of a way, because Orisa is not going to do that. If you say you're going to run a business, for example, that means you are no longer an employee. It means there's no more question about what time does my shift start and end. Who's going to fix that? There's no paper in the copier. Yeah, those are all your problems. The printer doesn't work. That is your job now, right? The floor needs to be vacuumed. Guess who's going to vacuum the floor, or who's going to get it vacuumed? You, if you run your own business. Okay, so that's what it means. And on and on. Everything that you aspire to has a meaning. And Orisa can help you accomplish the thing that you set out to accomplish. You can run you can acquire your own business, but the meaning of that isn't going to change. Obatala is not going to vacuum your floor. Okun is not going to fix the printer. Shango is not going to pay the light bill, and get a new router for the internet. You're going to do all of that. Okay, and so the reason why I'm bringing this into the conversation is because now is the time as the numbers increase, and then as we reach different points in the year, there's always a surge in interest, and people really start to evaluate, hey, well, who am I and where am I in my life, and what is it that I really want to accomplish? And those are the times that people come and they want to consult Ifa, and I think it's perfect. It's right on time. And I just want you to layer your inquiry with an openness and a receptiveness to what it means to accomplish all of the things that you want to accomplish, to accomplish all of the things that you believe are a part of your destiny. And although it's not reasonable to expect that you're going to, get all the details about what it means and how you're going to carry out the step-by-step process of accomplishing your goals, I'm going to tell you there's one thing that you do need to have in order to accomplish everything that you aspire to. If it's in regards to love, if it's in regards to your family, if it's in regards to your business, if it's in regards to your art, if it's in regards to your spiritual development or your empowerment, there's one thing that you're going to need. You're going to need a willingness to do whatever is necessary in order to accomplish your goal. You got to have a willingness to stop setting false limitations on what you're willing to do and what it takes, right? You've never done this before under these circumstances. So stop pretending that that, oh no, that's too much, I can't do all that. Oh, no, you can do that. And if you want to accomplish what you said you want to accomplish, you will do that. You absolutely will. So that's very important. There's within yourself making an agreement with your destiny that says, whatever it is that my destiny shows me that I can do and I can be, when I go and get this reading or go to this ceremony, whatever it is that's revealed to me, if my destiny shows me the way, if my destiny shows me the light at the end of the tunnel, or that my blessing is the top of that hill, I am going to do whatever it takes to accomplish that goal. That's the kind of agreement that you need to make with your destiny. If your Ori promises to show you what's behind door number 3, then you got to promise Ori, I'm going to go there, whatever it takes. If I've got to swim, or I've got to climb, or I've got to jump, whatever it is, I am going to do whatever it takes to accomplish the thing that you are presenting to me as my destiny, as an improvement in my life. That's number 1. You ready? You got this. You can do it. But you've got to have that spirit within you. I am willing to do whatever it takes. Number 2, you must be willing to become whatever is necessary in order to realize your goal and your vision and your aspirations. It isn't just going through the steps, right? It's allowing the steps to transform you. It's not being the same person you were when you started, when you finish. You're a better person, right? So you've got to be willing to let go of the person who you are today, sacrifice the person who you are today. Oh, I got a bad temper, that's just how I am. You got to be willing to let that go. Oh, I don't just be trying different things. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I can't just go people out. You got to be willing to let that go. Technology, I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, you got to be willing. You have to be willing and to let that anxiety and those apprehensions, you got to be willing to let that go. Sacrifice that altogether. Right? In order to become the kind of person who runs a successful business. To be the kind of person who has a certain kind of a world-class partner. To be the kind of a person who owns a home or a property in this neighborhood or in that area of town. You got to be willing to become the kind of person who exudes regal qualities or whatever it is that you want to. It isn't just the trappings. It's the energy that you've got to embody and become unified with. Okay? Because there is a concept of magic. We say, what is magic? What is magic? Magic is, a function of magic is something that we call sympathetic resonance. And sympathetic resonance is when you get two things or more that vibrate at the same frequency. And when they hit this frequency together and they resonate together, then they create an effect. Something else happens. And for me, the best example of this is within our tradition, we have drumming and dancing. And when the drum hits a certain rhythm, or I should say when the drums, because the drums are in a conversation, you got three drums or so, and they're playing certain rhythms and they're having a conversation, it creates a certain vibration, right? And then when you add to that vibration the voice, someone is singing a specific song that accompanies that rhythm. And when the rhythm and the song resonate at a certain frequency, and then you have a dancer who is in sync and in time, or even sometimes a person doesn't even have to be dancing. It's just that vibration is in sync with the need of that person. That person becomes a vessel, and then boom, the energy that they were invoking in that drum and in that song and in that dance enters into a person. You create an opening, you create a portal, a space for something else to come in, and a person becomes possessed. And then we gain access to another level of connectivity. You've got to be open and receptive to that level, so that while you are doing whatever it is, while you're running your business, while you are in your relationship, while you are studying, whatever it is that you're doing, while you are doing that, you need to be transformed so that you are in sympathetic resonance with the energy of the thing that you're doing, so that you are in a state of possession, right? But you're in a state of possession but you're conscious, right? It's not that state of possession where you lose all consciousness and everything happens and people have to tell you what you did and where you went and what you said. No, I'm talking about a level of, we could call it lucid possession, to borrow from the idea of lucid dreaming, right? The same concept, where you're connected to something far greater than yourself, but you're still conscious. Your awareness is still intact. Okay? This is the secret. This is the real opportunity that you have when you start to set your intentions, when you start to really tap into your aspirations. Okay? That's what it means. It means that you're willing to be possessed by your destiny. It means you're willing to resonate 100% with your destiny, which means that all of these other trappings and conditions and limitations that have previously prevented you from enjoying your prenatal choice, those things are now put into a different category. They are put on the periphery, and you're only walking the path that you chose before. You're walking the path that Orisa supported. You're walking the path that Orisa supports. You're walking the path that Olodumare sanctioned before you came into this realm. Okay? And so it is this kind of an inside-out approach to divination, to study, to worship. This is the way I approach things in the Orisa Lifestyle Academy. Everything I do is intended to help you not only take the proper steps, but also experience the phases of transformation from the inside out, from the roots, from the ground up. Okay? And I do this because I'm looking for leaders. I'm looking for people who are committed to transforming the world through positive influence. If you're one of those people, I want you to get involved in the School of Orisa Studies, in the Orisa Lifestyle Academy. I want you to go to my website, orisalifestyle.com or obafemio.com. I want you to get the books, all of the books, study and apply the lessons in the books. And take that journey within yourself and be willing to change and transform and become the lessons and the principles that are described in the books. Enroll in the school, take the courses, start taking the steps of devotion so that you can become the kind of person that you truly know is possible. When you start making your aspirations, when you start saying what you want in your relationship, what you want in your health, what you want in your business, these are things that you know are higher versions of yourself. Well, you need to take the necessary steps, but you also need to transform. You need to become that person, right? And so this is what it means to live the medicine that will heal your life and heal the lives of those who you are destined to serve. This is the time for us to make those kinds of steps and become one with our vision and our prenatal choice. I look forward to seeing you in the school and in the academy. And until then, I wish you all the very best. Bye for now. Odabo.